Hi everybody and welcome. My name is Kiara Helen and today I'm going to be guiding you through a very quick tutorial on how to get back wrap. Now back wrap is a very nuanced wrap and I highly recommend that you have a friend nearby, you're doing this in front of a mirror so you can see where your placement is. A couple things to note is that the hammock can be a little too high, it can be a little too low, but we want it just right. So this is kind of like a Goldilocks story, okay? So let's get started. Now, the thing that I want you to know is your sacrum. Now you have a bone in the back, it's called your sacrum bone, and it is right here. Your sacrum attaches to your tailbone, your sacrum attaches to your hip bones, and your sacrum attaches to the top of your spine. So it's really great to look up a picture of anatomy to know where that is exactly. So we're going to start by coming up onto the toes and anchoring the hammock into your sacrum. Now you want it kind of just above your butt crack. If it's here, this is going to be a very uncomfortable place. You do not want it in the soft tissues and just hanging on your spine without the sacrum here. So you want it into that sacrum. You don't want it too low. If it's going below the butt cheek or mid butt cheek, that's too low. You want it just above your butt crack where your butt cheeks kind of start to be voluptuous. So from there, up onto the tippy toes, we're going to lean ourselves back. We're going to bend into our knees and walk ourselves forward underneath our hammock's rigging points or underneath the place where the hammock meets the ceiling. We'll take our knees up from there to make sure we're not swinging. If you're not but underneath your hammock's rig points and you do this, you are going to swing. You do not want the swing. You want more control in this pose. So that's why we stop right underneath the rigging points, okay? So when we are here, this is called egg pose. We are relaxed here. This is an active resting pose. And this is a great place to kind of find some core exercises and do that fun stuff. And we're holding on nice and tightly. Fingers are stacked one over the other. Now, when we're ready to come down, or we're coming up from an inversion, we'll take the feet down one at a time. We'll take the hammock immediately behind my back into my shoulder blades. I'm going to relax right here into our relaxing pose. Now, some nuance here as well. You don't want it in your armpits. This is not very comfortable to start. And I'm not very secure here. When I have it on my shoulder blades, kind of like they're like hooks, I'm hooked in, I'm nice and safe, I'm not going anywhere. And that's really important, especially when you come up from an inversion that you're just not like, hey everybody, because you can get really dizzy when you stand up and then you can experience vertigo, you might fall. So that's why we make everyone go into the hammock, into that resting pose afterwards, okay? So, that being said, when we are hammock to the back belt, walk back, walk forward, and down. We do not, actually let's just keep going. So from here, we're gonna take the legs wide circle, holding on the entire time onto the hammock. We're gonna gently slide ourselves down, keeping those legs super wide, right? Don't let go, don't let go. Feet coming together, same side as your face. Look up. Can you see your feet on the same side as your face? That is the most important thing here. You don't want your feet behind the hammock. If your feet are behind the hammock, you are not locked in and you can go places. You don't want to go places when you're upside down in the hammock. Trust me. You want to be here. You can be here with the feet together or you can wrap your feet around the back to find this nice and stable monkey wrap. See how my feet are wrapped? I'm not going anywhere. And I'm still not letting go here, right? Because when I let go, I'm surrendering my weight into the hammock. I need to be able to trust my hammock. That means that my placement of everything has to be right, okay? So from there, one hand down, another hand down, chin and chest are the last ones to release. So I'm upside down, okay? Something important to keep in mind is that I have at least a fist length distance from the top of my head to the mat. Now, my hammock is starting to stretch out a little bit because I've been upside down, When you're upside down, your spine actually gets longer. That's why there's a lot of lovely benefits that come with going upside down. It really helps to decompress your vertebra and invite a lot of hydration into the vertebral discs, okay? If you're doing drops, you need at least 2 fists, maybe even 3. I do not recommend doing drops on this rig right here. Make sure you're checking out your rig to see the specifications to make sure that your rig is going to be able to carry your weight and your dynamic force. Those 2 things are completely different, and you need to keep that safety in mind, all right? So we've been upside down for quite a little bit, and my face is probably turning red like a tomato. When I'm ready to come up, I'm going to bring my chin towards my chest. It's like I'm pressing a safety button here, right? Chin towards the chest, make a double chin, look towards your belly button, look towards your navel, grab the hammock in between my thighs, in between the thighs. Chin is still tucked towards the chest. This is really important so I don't get whiplash on the way up, right? Unlock the feet, wide V, legs wide V. If you don't unlock your feet, you're gonna get stuck, okay? Wide V. Chin to your chest, slowly coming on up, back into the egg pose and holding on here. When we're ready, foot comes down, and we're in our relaxing pose. I'm going to show you what it should not look like when we are upside down, okay? Very important that you get this out of everything is the most important part of going upside down in back wrap, okay? I know that this is a very long video. There's a lot of nuance here, and I've seen it all. I have seen it all when it comes to the different places that people put wraps, so this might be one of your things that you're doing. It takes us time to understand all of these little nuances. You'll get it eventually, okay? So give yourself some patience. So, you don't want this when you're upside down. Can you, by surveying my back, tell me what I am doing wrong? This is way too far up my back. This is in my kidneys. This is in the soft tissue. My sacrum is right here, and this is just cutting into my back. It does not feel good. It's not a happy place to be. I don't recommend that. Now, I'll show you the difference so you can see it. This is what it should look like. Now I'm going to show you another thing that goes wrong in this pose. If this is too far up the hammock. Now see how I'm not really locked in here? Notice how the hammock went from my hip creases to the sides. This is not what I want. I am not locked in, and I do not feel safe here. Something else you can check, the back. See how my butt cheeks, are kind of split? So it's like butt cheek. That's another sign that this is not right. You want the hammock above your butt cheeks at your butt crack. That keeps you locked in. This is not very safe, and I don't feel locked in, and you might fall out of the hammock from there, not as gracefully as I just did it. So that's why it's really important to get the placement right. Also, that you have something soft underneath you. So if you do fall, God forbid, it does happen sometimes, but if you do fall, you have something soft below you to catch yourself. All right, so this is wrong, right? This is wrong. Too low on the butt, too low on the hips. This is right. In my hip creases, above my butt crack. Okay? This is wrong. Feet are not placed in the right spot. This is right. Feet are placed in front of my face. This is also right. Feet are locked on. When I come up, not right. This is right in between the thighs. Slowly roll up, and we're here. Holy nuance. Yes. I hope that you were able to really work on this pose and really find comfort in this pose. This pose can be fairly dangerous if you're not doing it right. but this pose can also be extremely beneficial, and it can be a hallmark of your practice. It's absolutely a hallmark of mine. So make sure that you have the ins and outs of this down pat before you take any of my classes that require back wrap, okay? Thank you again for practicing with me. I hope that this video helped to illuminate your practice and give you a little bit more tools and nuance when it comes to the back wrap and going upside down. Really important that we get this down so that we can go upside down and right side up and all the things. Anyway, thank you so much for practicing with me. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that nonsense, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.